All right, welcome back. It has been a long time since I recorded a ramble. I sort of wanted to. I've been gaming a lot, so I wanted to give some updates on that kind of thing. Let me uh, turn this off real quick. So what will do, um, first I'll show you my bank and show you the upgrades that I have gotten, which are I don't remember the exact last time I recorded a ramble, but it has been a long time. So I have some updates for what I've been doing and also what I plan to continue to do in my future goals and that sort of thing. So I guess I'll start out with saying you can see here my bank is 1.16 bill. That is uh, much higher than it ever was on my main account, which is crazy to think because this account is, uh, I guess, in 1 month, this account will be 1 year old. So that's pretty crazy. I've been playing way too much, but that's okay. I'm having fun. I have all these. I have a decent amount of prayer XP banked, which I probably need to do actually. I'm getting ready. Once I stop showing the bank, I'll continue rambling while I go to do some agility. That's why my inventory looks like that. So I also reorganized my bank a bit. I have like all of my banked XP, or like here's cash stack, crystal shards, and then basically tools. And here's my quick spellbook swap. And then I have like banked XP and that type of shit. Um, I think this is close to the right amount of arrows that I need to get to 99 fletching, but obviously I haven't bought any of the arrowheads. I'll show you what this cash stack is going to be for in a second. Um, then you can tell here it stops being organized, and then it's back to a typical junk tab, which I guess I could start clearing some shit out because I have the quest cape now. Um, well, I don't think I even got the cape, or maybe I did, but it's not in my bank. Maybe it's in my POH. But I have completed all the quests, so I don't need to like hold on to random items thinking that maybe one day I'll need them for a quest. Here's my farming and herb lore tab, and basically raw ingredients are in here, and then the tools that I need to like when I go on a farm run or birdhouse run, I can quickly grab my shit in here. Um, it's probably could be organized a lot better, but I'm fine with how it is for now. These are for farming contracts and then hardwood trees, which basically right now the status of my farming is, I mean, I guess I'm about to hit 96, but I basically only do farming contracts and herb runs. And then if I like happen to run by and be like looking for something to do, and I run by the hardwood trees on Fossil Island, then I will plant those. But I mean, I'm gonna be doing farming contracts and herb runs pretty much indefinitely. So I don't see the need for me to go out of my way to train. And like herb seeds are not like super hard to come by. So the perk of the farming cape is not going to be insanely good for me right now or anything. I have some seaweed. I need to get more. That's something I need to work on. Uh, I need to get more seaweed to 99, and then once I know I have enough seaweed to get to 99, then I'll just go mine the sand for it. Um, so that way I can kind of rush it. I mean, it's not really a rush to 99 crafted, but once I have it banked, it'll be motivating to do. And I like when I have glass ready because, like, whenever I need something AFK to do, then I can just start blowing glass, and you get the fire XP rates, considering like how AFK it is. Um, let's see. I just recently made all my potions, so I don't have very many herbs except for these, which I have been farming just recently because I'm running low on pots. Then here I have teleports, and like some of these, like I have these tagged for clues and shit for whatever I need. Here's potions. I feel like these are pretty good stacks. 3K, almost 3K brews and 1,000 restores. And then super combats and ranging pots are easy. to make uh, staminas. I guess I have about 400 if you divide that by four and add it to that, which is all right. But I just started doing some things that require staminas, which I'll talk about in a minute. So I'm actually when I go do this agility, I'm going to the Relica course, which I have only ever done a single lap for the diary. I have never done that course, but I think it's the best for Marks of Grace for the level I am. Because now Sears Village has like decreased rates or whatever. Here's my food too. Whenever I'm in class, I try to fish anglers or caramwood, but I just ran out of what are they fucking called? Spirit flakes. So I'm probably not gonna be catching anglers anytime soon. I'll be building this stack back up. When I first started my account, I had a stack of like 10K of these, and it literally was down to like 80. Or I think during Zulra, it was actually completely gone, and I started using the manta rays that I had been stocking up from them. All right, sorry, I'm going into a lot of detail here. This is has seen a shit ton of improvement since the last time you guys were here. So I don't even know if I had the bludgeon last time. Like it's kind of crazy. What I have done recently because I basically just focus Slayer for like a month and a half or two, and I play a lot. So like being able to focus Slayer, uh, and then also I focus Bandos. So that's not Slayer, but I mean, I guess Bandos was my non-Slayer PVM grind. And then for Slayer, of course, I did these for Basilisk Knights. It took I was almost exactly drop rate. I think it was like 1030 or something like that. And then of course I got to 95 and got Hydra, and I did like two tasks. I have a third task right now, which I'll do for the prayer XP. And I got the claw. Um, let's see if I do this. We can look at the my drops of shit. Hydra. I got the claw on 341, and I have three Hydra leathers. I know. I'm a spoon. I know. I know. Uh, and there's a little sneak peek, which is insane. But I'll get into that in a minute. Um, let's see what else. I got my elite void instead of regular void because I was about to do some Tob learners in my clan, but I was going to do them, and then I realized I didn't have Elite Void. So I said, I'm not gonna fucking slow you guys down. Let me go just grind this out because I've been wanting to get this for Corp anyway. Which I also bought the Crystal Halberd. I haven't swung it yet, actually. I bought it after I got my Elite Void, but have not been back to Corp. I don't think. Um, then I sort of have miscellaneous gear, which like maybe eventually it'll see a use, maybe not. I have Zammy Hill. I think that was probably in the last ramble. I probably had my Zammy Spear. I don't know though. Maybe not. Here's Bandos Hill, of course, my uh crystal set or whatever. But these three Bandos chest plates, the fact that I got three is actually insanely convenient because I can break two of them down. And this is obviously a super, I mean, maybe it's not obvious, I don't know. But it is a super far off goal of mine to go get at least a few pieces of Torva. Maybe, I don't know, depending on how Nex is. And like by the time I get there, maybe it would have been updated or changed, or the meta will be different. And maybe grinding Nex won't even be too bad. But as of now, it is like it seems like a super long term grind. I've been watching some people stream next. Shout out Travis42. I his next streams are fucking awesome. I love them. I there's something about watching next. I like it is so entertaining to me. I've also been watching Ron plays games. They have been like the two streamers I've been watching the most recently, and they're both grinding Nex right now. So that's probably why I have it in my mind that like I want to go to Nex at some point. Moving on. Here's my magic tab. I guess I could call it the rune tabs because it also has my rune crafting outfit and the colossal pouch. I don't have the plate body yet. Because I use the Varrock plate body, and I just as soon as I hit 85 rune crafting, I left. Like you can tell, like there's a little bar at the bottom that shows how close you are to the next level, and there literally isn't one here because I left as soon as I got 85 and built my pouch. I never got any dyes or anything. Um, let's see. Um, Nothing crazy in here until you scroll down and see the volatile orb. So I was interested in doing some Phosanis because Inquisitor to me is like, I view it as one of like the flexiest armor sets, and it would just be really fun to have like some sweaty switches at Corp and stuff. That just sounds really fun to me. So I sort of was gonna start learning Phosanis, and I'll tell you guys right now, it did not start off very well. um, Actually, I'll give some details about the Phosani's grind once we start agility, but I kind of want to go start doing that, so I'll finish showing my bank. So then here's some Rev stuff. I think I've killed like 600 or 700 Rev demons, not orcs, because fuck busy PKing places. But I haven't gotten anything. I mean, I've gotten 35 of those. I don't know. Do people alch these or you break them down into the ether or what? Seriously, drop a comment and tell me what is the standard thing or the best thing that Ironmen typically do because I don't know. And I mean, I'm not like hard pressed for 1.5 mil, but if I ever was, like, is this something that I could alch or would it be better for me to save the ether or I don't know. Let me know what is typical for that. Oh, these tellies are kind of freaking nice for hard clues that are in deep wildy, since I don't have the obelisk in my POH, and uh, yeah, and I don't really ever go on the ancient spellbook to cast the ones that are super far out in deep wildy. So a lot of times I'll just bring energy pots and use a rev cave telly. This is like random clue items, I think. I don't know what the fuck this tab is. I think at one point it was it was clue items, but I don't know. Then here I have my pets at the top, purple sweets, all these pages, which until literally like 2 nights ago, I had way more pages, but I finally finished literally. This one's still damaged, but I finished one, two, three in one night. I went and stacked only 10 medium clues, and I got like the pages that I was missing for 3 different sets of these. Until then, I didn't have a single book completed. Then these are like these. If you go back and watch my videos, I'm pretty sure I have had this in my bank for like since the first month of my account. Um, and I was gonna alch them, and I have alched like a couple hundred at a few random times, but I have never like truly gone and alched them. And at this point, like I don't know if it would even be worth my time. Maybe I would do it during some grind later on. And then these are like sort of dupe items or useless things to me, like Broken Dragon Hosta, Bandos boots. Like Bandos boots will be good eventually. I have my jars in here, ballista pieces, um, dragon arrows. I mean, it's basically useless unless I got a T-bow, which is, I mean, unrealistic. Here are my dupe leathers, dupe Tan's fangs, which eventually I'll break down. What else? Let's see. Uh, I have a dex in here. Did I record my last ramble right after I got my deck scrolls? I might have. or maybe I recorded one and then didn't upload it. But if you look here, I actually got, so I didn't, I put a little S here next to things that I saw, but they were not in my name. Um, so I've seen 10 items. Three of them were in my name. Two were Dex's, and they were literally back to back. These are the KCs that I got them at. So I didn't get anything until 134. Then we went for the back to back, as you do, but that's the law of RuneScape. And I got another Dex on 135, which was insane. Um, then immediately after the Dex, that was when I went to Bandos. And then after Bandos, I did Slayer until recently, and then I've started to do other shit again. And then I started going back to Cox recently, and I got an Arcane. And then I think I'm at like 190 KC right now, and haven't seen anything in a while. Oh, I have an Eternal Crystal, but I didn't do MTA for the boots. I only did MTA for Bones to Peaches and the wand. All right, let's go ahead and get started on some agility. I don't even know where the fuck you start this course. I think it's here. Okay. Well, that's funny that I said I didn't know where it was, but I knew exactly where it was. But yeah, I just won't even say anything about that. So let's see. What have I been doing recently? Just now, I've been doing chambers, like this morning and today. I have actually been starting to solo chambers, um, which is something that I have watched on Twitch and I have like watched people on YouTube do it for literally since I knew that Chambers was a thing. So like 3 years probably, 2 to 3 years ago, I learned that solo Cox was a thing, but I guess I sort of assumed that I would never do it. Um, but now I understand why Ironmen do that. Uh, Typically solo because, like I said, I've seen 10 items in my KC, which like if I wasn't doing them in teams, which I most of them are duos, um, but if I hadn't been doing them in teams, I'm sure I wouldn't have seen 10 items because we would overall like there would be much fewer points. But let's say even I just saw two more items in my KC. Well, those would both be in my name, and then I might have something other than a fucking prayer scroll right now. And that is what I'm really hoping for, is just something that isn't a prayer scroll. Um, I have no idea. I guess that is a good place to alk. You're gonna watch me figure out where I can alk shit on this course or not. So yeah, I just started solo chambers. Literally last night was the first night I ever went in. Um, and the rooms before Ulm are honestly pretty much the same. The only difference is you chop down Muta, that you chop down the tree, and even like this morning I went in one and I didn't have an axe, and so I just did Muta the normal way, and like it was still ended up just fine. So like the rooms before Ulm are actually they're a lot more chill solo because everything has like much lower health. Um, I just bring in like a couple extra brews, but I typically don't need them unless I fuck up Tecton. It's also funny that I'm acting like I've done a lot when I think I've done three. So what I did was last night, the first one I went in, I prepped probably like 50 brews and like 12 restores and four overloads and enhancers, which I have the herb lore level for the big boy overloads now, which is part of the reason I didn't do solos until now, or at least that's one of the excuses that I had. um, let's see. Um, yeah, so I prepped. I way over prepped, and then I basically just went in. Of course, I watched Think's guide, which is the for the stuff before Ulm is really handy. Like I think it is so descriptive that like I would totally say to watch that. Honestly, it would be smart for people to watch that even before they were gonna learn team raids. Like it just explains the mechanics in the room so well. Um, oh, I guess one of the other things that does change a lot between teams and solos is mystics. I guess some sweaty teams would have already been doing like the mystic safe spots, but like sometimes I would just go in and we would just pick them off one by one rather than like actually safe spot them. But safe spotting them is super nice, so then you aren't even really getting hit with the mage attacks, or you are, but very infrequently. Fuck, I forgot. Oh, okay, yeah. So the sync guide, I watched that. And there were some people in my clan that just recently learned solos, or one dude in particular. So I asked him about like his learning process and how that went, and he said he watched the sync guide for just like general knowledge and tips and tricks and stuff, and then he watched Soup's 4-to-1 guide uh, to figure out how to 4-to-1. And so I did that, and then I was basically like, okay, well that means that my buddy in my clan probably also just used Sync's guide for the mage method then. And I attempted to do that, and that was when I over prepped all of my brews and restores and shit before Ulm, and I went in and just literally couldn't get anything done. Um, I was just trying to get through at the Ulm, and that ended up like, I mean, I got through fine because, like I said, I over prepped by a long shot. I'm getting so distracted and not alking anything. So I over prepped by a long shot. So like every time I died, which was like no joke, I probably died 15 to 20 times in this raid. Like there was a long period of time that I had 2 points, like literally 2 points. Um, but I think I ended up with like 2,000 or something because head phase is, I mean, like bad on supplies, but because I died, I could just grab stuff and go back in. Um, but the reason I died like 15 to 20 times was because I was like trying to set the mage hand up and do like the 3 to 0 or whatever, and it just like my timing was off. Um, which, as I learned now, I basically was just running from the middle tile to like the far right end, and then just like immediately casting. Oh my! No one saw that. No one saw that. I'm actually gonna move that there. I was just far casting. Okay, not far casting. I would cast my attack in the middle. Then, as soon as I watched the head turn left, which this was my first fuck up, I would wait till the head turned to the left, and then I would run, and then I would be at the far right end, and then I would attack and immediately run back. And so I need to basically wait a tick on the far right end to allow give the head a little bit of time to start to turn, because I was basically starting to run back, so I was no longer in a position that would have turned the head. Um, if you know what that means, that's fine. If not, I mean, it's not really all that important, so just fucking ignore me. But today, this morning, I got up early and went into a raid, and I got to Ulm at like the 30-minute mark or something. And I'm not joking. I changed my mindset from last night of just like trying to get through the raid, and instead I rewatched this 4-to-1 melee soup guide, which it didn't it still didn't click on my first raid this morning. But I, in addition to that guide, I pulled up a 3 to 0 mage guide. Um, Honestly, I'm probably gonna link both of these videos in the description because I want to like give credit, and if anyone else is attempting to learn or struggling to learn solo cox, then like this, I think both of these together will really help with your timing of basically turning the head while you're killing both the mage hand and the melee hand. So yeah, I can't remember the creator's name of the mage guide, but I will put it down in the description so that way I don't feel bad. um, so I ended up heading in back into a raid this morning right when I woke up. It took me like 30 minutes to get all prepped, like over prepped again like I did last night, but this time I went and I just dropped everything right outside of the barrier, like to when you're about to walk into Ulm. I just dropped everything down there, and I didn't bring any food in. Um, I because I didn't want to like waste staminas and like try to make myself survive even when I like wasn't getting it figured out. So I basically was doing what I did last night, where I just struggled through the first two phases, and then when I got to phase three, I was like, all right, well, I'm just gonna keep resetting the hands until I understand the mechanics and like figure out what the fuck I'm doing wrong. Like I was getting pissed off at this point, which is a problem because I shouldn't have expected to be able to get the solos down super quickly anyway. Like I feel like solos are widely recognized as being like uh, one of the harder things to do in the game. But I like that's part of what draws me to them though. Is like that aspect of the challenge of learning and then being able to like consistently complete solos. And I want to get to the point of doing them deathless. Like that just sounds so exciting to me. So I literally was resetting the hands on Ulm. I was at Ulm for like 2.5 hours this morning, and I was in Discord with a dude in my clan, and he was doing a 1+7 or 1+6 or something. I don't fucking know. Um, but that was it really helpful for me to watch because I could go and I would bring my staff in, basically just bring my mage gear only, so that way I would have it like as little in my inventory as possible so I can run for as long as possible. And I would just try to run. I would try to do the 3-0 mage method, and then I would inevitably fuck up somewhere. Like probably for the first hour, I'm not joking. I did not turn the head correctly a single time. Like same with the raids that I struggled through last night. Like I did not turn the head correctly ever. And I like that is frustrating, but it was helpful to watch my clanmate that was doing them successfully because he has tons of KC, um, and he's just a fucking gamer. It was really helpful to watch him do it because I could literally go in, try my best, and then I would fuck up, and then I would like try to figure out what I was fucking up, but it was hard to do. Like while I'm trying to do the 3-0, it was hard to see like why I was doing it incorrectly. But being able to like do what I was doing, see how it was incorrect, and then watch him do it correctly was insanely helpful. So I would say to anyone who is struggling, pull up a streamer that's doing solos with like the same sort of method that you're trying to learn, or just find example Olm kills on YouTube. Like just watching someone do it correctly and like pay attention to like what are the sort of cues or the things that you think you should be looking for when in order like at the tick that you're going to attack, and then see if that is also what the person who is doing it successfully is doing, because odds are it's not. Like I was basically there are 2 points when you're running from the melee or from the middle to the melee side when you're about to mage the mage hand. where I needed to like introduce a 1 tick delay before I made an action, and that is because I am running instead of walking. Like some people will manual, you can like click one tile ahead of you and walk even if your run is on. Some people will do that, and that was when I realized like that enabled me to like I watched a video of a guy doing that method, and I could count the ticks that he took to in order to like get to where he needed to attack, and then I would see how many ticks I was taking to get there because I was running and he was walking, and then I realized that I needed if I was gonna run, I would need to do this basically. I would need to run there, wait for 1 tick, and then click on the hand to attack. Instead, I had previously been going like this. I was going there and attacking instantly. And so I ended up always just running back into the middle before the head turned from melee side to mage side. All right, again, I'm sorry that's more details than you guys needed or wanted to know. Um, I think this course is actually pretty good for Alpine. Like, I feel like it's not adding a bunch of delays and shit for these obstacles. So that's good to know. But I have gotten 4 marks of grace. That's not too bad either. Um, all right, enough about solo chambers. So actually, I will say one more thing. So the reason I wanted to record this one is because I just finished a raid. Um, I finished it in like 58 minutes. I died once. Um, that was I made it through phase 1, 2, and 3. I killed both the hands on phase 3, and then the head came up. Um, and I had a brew and a half left, and I have not watched a video on the head phase yet. So I basically knew I wasn't gonna be able to do it. So I just died right then, so that way I would at least have an extra brew in there. Um, and then I just grabbed my range gear and came down with a full inventory of brews, and then finished killing the head. Which again, like I didn't know the technique that you need to basically run the head during head phase with and simultaneously be dodging crystals. So that's one thing I can really work on a lot between now and the next ramble I make. I have a feeling I will make another ramble sooner than the time that was in between this one and the last one, just because I want it to almost keep track of my progress for my solo chambers grind because I want it. I'm hoping that someone else will see that like I am not a good gamer, but I am going to be able to figure out solo chambers. Like even if it takes fucking forever, I will eventually figure it out. And I may not be able to do it deathless every single time, but I will get to the point where I can do a deathless raid. And I want people to be able to see that and not be like me and be scared to learn a new piece of content. Not new to the game, but like new to you. Like I've never done solo chambers before. I've heard of how hard it is, so I was just like I put a mental block in between me and it, and I was just like, oh, I'm just assuming I will never do that. And I'm hoping this has also given me the confidence that like I hope I will never feel like that again about something. Um, so I guess now I think that concludes my. Oh, fuck, it doesn't. So I finished that one in like 58 or 59 minutes and finished with 22K points, which is not very far up from what I would do in a duo raid, except that this took an hour. So I don't know. It'll get. Of course, I'll get faster at the solo raids over time and doing them deathless, then I would have finished with like 30,000 points, I'm assuming, something like that. Maybe more. I guess it depends on the layout, but um, Yeah, so I just wanted to have the time as 59 minutes, and I finished with 22,000 points, and that was after one death right before head phase started. So also, if you think about it, if I would have suicided at the beginning of Ulm, I mean, I probably would have had more points than 22k also. So that's something I also need to consider. Um, let's see what else. This is truly a ramble. I'm going all over the place. I'm sorry. Um, so some of the other things I've been working on. Let's pull up my skills. Um, melee or yeah, basically combat stats. I'm not gonna ever train again. Like go out of my way to train. Whereas like when I first started, I did a tiny bit of Nightmare Zone. Although I will need to go anyway to like I have an archer's ring and a warrior's ring in my bank right now, and neither of them are reviewed, and that kind of like grinds my gears. I'm not gonna lie. I hate that they are not imbued. So I'll do that at some point, but I don't want to fucking do that right now. It's like in order, I will probably just maybe I could do it tonight actually. There's a big UFC event tonight that I plan to watch. So I'm planning to either mine some sand or maybe I could do Nightmare Zone. I don't know. We'll see about that. But basically, Melee has got trained up just through Slayer. Uh, I from 95 Slayer on, like this half level or whatever it is just from Hydra. I think I've had 3 tasks. I'm on the third one right now. Uh, but as soon as I got the claw, I told myself I could go back to raids. So I've been doing that. Then the rune crafting minigame came out, Guardians of the Rift, which is fucking phenomenal. It is so fun. Like it is so intense at times and so chill at times. It is the like you get the super hard AFK stuff at the beginning when you're, stocking up your essence fragments or whatever the hell they're called. Like you have enough time to click on the guardian fragment to mine and then like go to the bathroom, go get something to eat real quick. Like that is cool. And then in the heat of the minigame, you are fucking like sweating, like trying to make these quick decisions because the timers change so frequently. It's just the minigame is so fun. And they really did a good job with it. And I'm glad that it basically I went from 78 to 85 rune crafting from it, and I just loved almost every minute of it. I'll be honest, and it helps. Like I was online with um, my friends doing it, so of course that helps. But I think overall the minigame is just fantastic. Let's see. I've been training construction. That is one of my main goals. I think when I was showing you my bank, I was saying I would go into a little detail about what my cash will be spent on. So right now it will be construction. I'm doing mahogany homes with mahogany planks. Um, and I think I have 97 construction banked right now, and I'm getting the rest of the logs from miscellanea, and that'll be of course expensive to turn those into planks, but that's fine. That's what my cash is for. And then after I get construction, I will have. I don't think I'm gonna have much money left, but then I will do. Um, I need to buy the buckets of sand for 99, which is really cheap. Honestly, it's like I think I did the math at one point, and it was like 2 mil. My other buyables, I guess, will be fletching, which if I ever have extra money, I will probably just buy the broad arrowheads. Like depending on it, when I finish making 99 construction, I will probably take whatever leftover money I have and go buy broad arrowheads. Um, then I guess let's see what else. Dude, I'm being literally so bad about Alex. And I know I've complained about this before, but whenever I turn OBS on, my client lags, and like it just makes it even more painful to do anything. So I'll probably just keep doing this agility. Oh, I'm getting 1K XP per hour. No, just kidding. That probably is. It probably started tracking whenever was doing a tightrope. Um, okay. Oh, I have augury and rigor, which I mentioned briefly earlier, but I've been fucking talking a mile a minute, so I don't blame you if you either haven't gotten this far in the video or if you didn't catch everything, which I'm fine with. I just want, uh, yeah, I kind of just like documenting my goals and my mindset towards certain grinds at various points in time. So, like, in a couple months, I'm sure my goals in the game will be drastically different. Um, let's see, 95 flare. I'm planning to just do Konar for Hydra tasks for 99 prayer, honestly. And if I end up getting that before I have 99 Slayer, which I have no idea, I haven't even thought about that at all. Um, but if I get 99 Prayer banked before 99 Slayer, then I will probably go back to Neve because I just love Neve Slayer. I'll be honest. And then I'll do some Vorkath. Uh, yeah. What else? I have 82 agility. Eventually, a long-term goal will be 92, so I can start going for the Ring of Endurance. I have done no sepulcher whatsoever though, so that'll be a fun thing to learn. I'm looking forward to that. If I got 85 woodcutting, I could do the Kurend Elite, which would give me unlimited cone artelli. So before I ever go back to Slayer, I will probably do that. But that's gonna be so long from now. Um, what else? Let's see. I think that's about it for skills. Then at that point, I will have a decent number of 99s after those viables and the other skills I just mentioned. And then, like, I don't know, if I'm not that many 99s away, I could see myself getting like super motivated to just grind out max, which sounds insane. Like, I never thought that that would be something that sounds realistic to me, but it does. Like, honestly, it does. I play the game a lot, and I enjoy so much of it. Like, I like skilling. Like, I don't know. I used to be like a Slayer Andy when I had a main. But having this Iron Man and like doing skilling, it feels so rewarding. And I just love that. I will probably hold off on Hunter. I mean, obviously, I'm doing birdhouse runs, and you should too. Bird motherfucking alert! Do your birdhouse run right now. um, but if I get a Denny B from Chambers, I will probably go catch black chins and also unlock aviancy tasks because that is something I would really love to do. Or try to get some armor pieces, and that goes into that long-term goal of doing next. So what about some other things I've been doing recently? Phosani's Nightmare. I will just go ahead and tell you if you didn't catch it earlier. Um, I got a volatile orb on 21 KC, which is absolutely insane. I just want the sleepy tablet, and I got the fucking volatile orb, which apparently, I mean, I don't even have a staff yet, so I can't use it. But whenever I get a staff, I think it's a decent spec weapon against the pillars at Nightmare. And if I don't have Dragon Claws, then I would use that. I think it's also a decent spec weapon for Zulra, which will be fun as hell. Uh, I don't have a Serp Visage yet either. I have like 1,000 KC. Um, so that'll be fun to go for. Um, then if I have a freaking Serp Visage and a Denny B, then that's what I would probably bring whenever I go to the Chaos Altar in the Wildy. And then I guess like Black Dehides. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't thought super far ahead on that just because I still have a stack of like 170k Zora scales. Like I won't need to go back for such a long time. But if I end up getting a Nightmare Staff, I might go back just to test out the volatile orb on it. Let's see what else. Um, so Phosani's was really challenging, still is, but I can get the kill most of the time now. But I'm not joking. I like I said a minute ago that I would love for someone to hear like basically my journey through solo Cox and and be motivated or feel like they could do it as like an average PVMer basically. Like I am not good at the game. Phosani's, I died 32 times before I got one kill. That is almost 2 mil of GP from Death's Coffer. Or maybe it was almost 4 mil. I don't know. I know I did the math. I think it was 2 mil, but it, yeah, dude, it is, that was shitty. That is a shitty boss to not be good at, I'll be honest. Because every time you die, you have to go back to Verse and Haza, or the Tob Bank. Then you have to sip a stamina. Then you can go back and claim your shit, and then you have to tele back to the top bank again, and then sip another stamina. Like that's literally like 5 minutes of running and re-gearing before you can start your run back. Like it, dude. Yeah, that is just shitty. Like I hope I get a sleepy tablet soon. Long story short, that's all I want. But yeah, so I guess my long-term sort of PVM goals I want to get at least one piece of Inquisitor. You know, if I get some other nightmare drops before then like fuck yeah, I'll take it. Of course, can never complain about being spooned. But I would just love to get any piece of Inquisitor. Then I will have. I would love to alternate between Hydra because that fits in with like a maxing plan, basically. Like that is perfect for the maxing mindset because of like the XP drops that it gives, like a shit ton of herbs and alks and bones. I would love for my PVM stuff to be chambers so I can get more uniques. Hydra so I can help get closer to max. And then Nightmare for Inquisitor. And then if I got full Inquisitor somehow, some way, maybe I will eventually one day. I just use so many ambiguous words in like 10 seconds. Um, but then I would love to go do some Corp. Corp is like a chill thing to do. I honestly probably would not do the games necklace method. Shout out Sebe though. But like I can't be bothered doing that shit honestly. I think what sounds good to me about Corp is how chill it is to just spec, telly to your house, refresh, telly back, spec, and just repeat, and then you get to the end, and then you can just poke the boss. Like those are sort of my long term goals. I want to just get to have a stacked iron. Honestly, if I got a sigil from Corp, then I would probably go. I would be open to going to next. Uh, or if the meta changes and like gear requirements change or anything for next, I might go sooner. But I don't know. The melee and ACB meta right now looks fucking fun as hell. Obviously, I wouldn't have a rapier. I could probably use an Abbey dagger or just ACB the whole time, but I don't know. I think that's something that we'll get there when we get there, and I would keep you guys updated totally on that. If I get uh like my first solo drop in chambers, if I get any Phosani drops, I that will probably be the time that I make another ramble and just check in with you guys. But seriously, I would love to hear you guys like what kind of goals do you guys have? Drop them in the comments if you don't mind, even if it's just like a two-sentence thing, like I'm killing X for Y drop. Like I just like hearing about what grinds people are going for right now because it's motivating, and I think it also helps, at least for me. Like if someone asks me what I'm grinding towards, it really like forces you to cement it in your mind that like this is your plan and like you will not move on until you get this thing done. So maybe that would help some of you guys too. I don't know. Let me know if you have any comments or you can want me to clarify anything that I said. Then also let me know. Other than that, this has gone on long enough for me to basically be talking about nothing. So enjoy the rest of your day or night and keep gaming. And I will talk to you guys later.